Hello dear ones, welcome back to another session here at Vidwath Academics. I'm Chaitra Nayak, your science tutor. Students, today in this session, we're gonna start up a new lesson, And what is this new lesson actually? That is natural resources. What is this natural resources actually? The word only says resource is something which is useful, right? And natural resource in the sense, there are so many resources which are available naturally that is very much useful for us, right? So that is called a natural resource, right? So what is this natural resources and where is it present? Obviously, it is present in our beautiful earth, right? See, when I talk about the earth, why life is existed only on the earth, students? You have to think about that, right? See, earth is something, a planet which is or you can say a magic happened on the earth, you can say, right? Why? Because it has all these natural resources which are coping up together to form our life, students. So that is what we're gonna study in this lesson actually. That means why and how life came onto the earth and how these natural resources are helping for it. Upon that, we will see what and all the uses of these natural resources are there on the earth and how we can use it in a better way without polluting it. Understood? Yeah. So let's dive in now. So, I was talking about the earth, right? You can see how beautiful our earth is. Earth is also called as the blue planet, right? You know the reason why? Just keep think. What is the basic reason why it is called blue planet? See, it is because of the water, right? The earth is completely covered by water. Upon that, students, it has a perfect atmosphere also, in which we can have like you'll be breathing in air, right? What is that? Oxygen. And you'll be breathing out carbon dioxide. That will be useful for the plants. So all these are what? These are the resources which are present on the earth, and that is the reason why a life existed on the earth. And one of the basic reason why earth is the only planet which has life on it, because see students, earth is in a perfect distance from the sun. Okay, it is in an appropriate distance from the sun, in which the sun rays are very harsh, like you know about the UV rays, right? Which you have already thought, right? See, what happens to it means this UV rays are not so good for life formation. It will kill the life actually. But our earth has its own atmosphere in which it filters these UV rays and it will give a normal sun rays. Upon that, students, I told it is in a perfect distance from the sun, and hence life can be existed on it. So a perfect warmth is reached from the sun to the earth, and that is not happening for any other planet in our solar system. For example, Mercury or Venus, they are very much close to the sun, and if you go for Mars or Jupiter or any other planets, they are very far from the sun. But earth is in a perfect distance in which it will be getting a perfect amount of the sunlight, and hence life is existed. So when I talk about natural resource, what is something should be pondering in your mind, right? What is that? See, the sun is also one of the natural resource we will be getting, all right? Yes, students. So, life existed on earth due to its ambient temperature. And from where we are getting this temperature? It is none other than from the sun, right? And water, food, energy, everything, it is there on the earth, and it is due to who? None other than sun, right? And so sun is also one of the natural resources which we have, or which we are getting, in which life just came onto the earth, I can say, right? So there are some other natural resources which we see actually. And what are those? Like I told you, water. Water is also the basic, or you can say the life originated in the water itself, students. Okay. Upon that, it has land, abundant land. All the biotic components are on the land, in which the forest it may be, or we have so many cities. Where are they? Are they under the water? No, it is on the land, right? So there are so many vegetations are there in the land, which is giving us food and energy so that we can survive. Upon that, we have wind or atmosphere, which is giving us air to breathe, right? And which is keeping us warm, correct? Yeah. So these are the natural resources. So what is a resource actually? I told you about the natural resource and everything, but before that I need to define resource, right? See students, resources is a stock or supply of something useful. So there is so much of stock in it which is very much useful. Those are called as resources, and it can be man-made also, students. For example, let me say your mobile, the in which you are seeing this video, it is a resource, right? You will be doing so much of work, so it is useful for you. So that is a resource. It may be a TV, that will be a resource, or it may be anything which is useful for you, which is man-made, correct? Yeah. And there are certain things like it may be a wind, it may be water, sun. What are those? Are they man-made? No, they are naturally existed, and hence they are called the natural resources, right? See, natural resources in the sense a resource which exists in nature, right? They are just there and we are using it, right? It may be a water, it may be a forest, it may be animals. Animals are also resources, right? Because we'll be using animals for so many things. It may be for the cultivation, it may be as a food, many things, right? Yeah. And upon that you have, many likes diamonds and all, right? See, these diamonds are present inside the crust of the earth, but these are also useful. The costliest crystals, diamonds, all these are what? These are nothing but resources. And are they man-made? No, they are already existed in the earth, and hence these all are natural resources. Understood now? Okay. So when I talk about the natural resources, the first thing which we will be talking about, I told you about the air, right? Air, the basic one which we need, and the water, and also the land. So these are the basic, natural resources on which life is existed apart from the sun. I'm talking about only on the earth, okay? Since sun is separate from us, right? Yeah, I'm talking about only on the earth. There are some natural resources which are making life to form on the earth. The first thing what I'll be talking about is the air, students. So what is an air actually? See, air that covers the earth like a blanket. The air is there in our atmosphere. It covers the earth like a blanket, and this blanket is called as atmosphere. Okay, atmosphere in the sense, sphere is nothing but earth, atmos, it means air, okay, atmo means air. So what is happening here? It is covering the earth like a blanket. Upon that, what is this atmosphere is made up of? It has many gases, different gases, like it has oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, water vapors, noble gases, all. There are so many types of gases inside this atmosphere or mixed in the atmosphere, which is making us to have a perfect surrounding, okay? And talking about the different types of air which are there present in our atmosphere, I think you'll be knowing the percentage, right? What is the percentage of oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, etc.? Just keep wondering. I'll be coming to that in a while. So that is about the atmosphere, and because of these, I'm telling you, oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, they are very much useful for the life formation, and they are the reason why the life can survive on the earth. Upon that, there is one more, that is the hydrosphere. What is this hydrosphere actually? It is nothing but the water, students, okay? See, the earth is completely covered by water, like and all the water bodies together constitutes the hydrosphere. Hydro, water, sphere, earth, right? Yeah. And I told you, right, water is the place where the life first formed, students. Yeah, in the water only life was formed. And when I come for water, you know what? All the lakes, rivers, estuaries, or it may be underground water, pond, or big oceans, or even the glaciers, all these are come under this hydrosphere itself. You know what? One magic of this water, the water existed in all the three states, which it may be in the solid like a glacier, it is in the liquid, water, and it is in the gaseous form also, like water vapors. Understood? So water is also called as the wonder liquid, right? Yeah. And you know what? Around 75% of the earth's surface is completely covered by water, students, and that is also the reason why earth is called as the blue planet. If you just see the earth, what you can see, it looks bluish, right? And why? Because of this water itself, students. Okay, and it is the home for abundance animals and plants, and also require, see, it is a home for so much of, or to say, animals and plants. You know what, actually there are so many animals are there inside the water. I'm talking about the ocean, students, and we just know just 10% of these, that's it, and we don't know rest 90% of organism, what and all they're inside this big ocean, students. Yeah, so ocean is so vast that which make us to, or to say, wonder what is exactly made up of or consisting of. There's so many animals, there are so many plants which we haven't identified till now, actually. Okay, so that is all about the water, and it also helps for the survival of life on the earth, right? Can you live without water? Obviously no. Like this water and also air, there is one more natural resource which are very much needed for us, that is the lithosphere. Lithosphere in the sense, the land. See, litho, land, sphere, earth. So it is the upper crust of the earth which covers it. The earth is covered by the crust, right? You know the crust, right? So the earth crust is covered by a land that is called the lithosphere. Okay, so and where different kinds of soil are found. So see, students, this is the soil will decides the vegetation, right? If the soil is very much fertile, you can find big trees there. If it is not so, what to say, fertile or like a desert, even there also we can see some, what to say, ecosystem, but it is stick on to that. But whatever it is, how the soil is there, like the vegetation we can see, and based on the vegetation, animals can be seen, right? So understood how land is playing its role in what? In performing or helping the life formation, correct? Yeah. So it is different kinds of soil found which are necessary for the growth of the plants. So for the growing of plants, what we need so much of minerals and vitamins, and all are there in where? It is none other than the lithosphere, which contains lots of minerals and vitamins which are making the plants to grow properly, and plants will be growing into big trees to form a big forest. And in the forest, what happens? There are so many animals, herbivores or carnivores, everyone's are depending upon each other and forming an ecosystem, correct? So yeah, students, and that is how these natural resources, that is atmosphere, hydrosphere, and also the lithosphere, are helping to form life on the earth. Okay, so together this atmosphere, hydrosphere, lithosphere constitute a biosphere. Biosphere in the sense is none other than the earth itself. Bio means life, and sphere, I'm talking about the earth, right? Yeah. So biosphere, the life sphere, you can say. Okay. So the life supporting zone on the earth where, so what are the zones which are supporting the life? Atmosphere, lithosphere, hydrosphere, right? They together constitute and interact with each other and helps to make the life possible on the earth, and that is called as biosphere. Understood now what is biosphere? So biosphere is a place where life exists, and how it exists, because of the interaction of all these atmosphere, hydrosphere, and the lithosphere. Understood? Okay. So when I talk about biosphere, there are two components in this biosphere consisting of. One is the biotic component, and the next one is the abiotic component. Bio, you already got to know what is the meaning of bio. Bio means life, okay? So biotic component, something which is living, and abiotic component, something which is not living, but it is very much needed. It may be air, it may be wind, fire, or water. All these are what? These are nothing but the abiotic component which are present on the earth, which is making us to survive, right? Can you survive without water? Can you survive without wind or air? No, right? Or can you survive without the temperature? Obviously, we cannot, right? So all these are the abiotic components which are present in the what is a biosphere. And there is one more component which I'll be talking about, that is the abiotic component. Sorry, the biotic component is nothing but bio, life. Biotic component includes plants and animals which have life in them, correct? Yes, students. So when I talk about biosphere, there are two components which are interacting with each other to form the life, that those are the abiotic component and the biotic component. Okay, so abiotic component include all the, what is it, may be atmosphere, it may be hydrosphere, lithosphere, temperature, everything will be coming under abiotic component. And because of their interaction, we are getting a life on the earth, and that will be coming under the biotic component. Understood? So that is all for all about today's session, students. I think we learned lots and lots of things on about our earth, right? And also the natural resources which are present on our earth, right? So we saw earth, it is presenting in a perfect distance from the sun, which is making life can exist on the earth, right? And when I talk about the natural resources, apart from the sun, we already know that sun is the basic reason why the life formed, okay? That is the, what to say, natural resources which are present already. But when I talk about the natural resources present on the earth, there are so many things. And what are those? Those are air, water and land. So these are the natural resources present on our earth which is interacting together to form a life or a biosphere, right? So earth is also called as biosphere because it consists the life, correct? Yes, students. So I hope the session was informative for you, and I'll be coming up with few more information about this natural resources itself, students. So till then, what you have to do, just memorize what and all we learned in this session, okay? And students, for more amazing videos like this, what you have to do, you have to subscribe our channel. We are there in all the social medias. Do go there, follow us, and do inform your friends also. And like I told you, I'll be coming up soon, okay? Till then, just take care. Bye-bye.